So, Chele, welcome. Thank you for
Thank
doing
you.
this. Okay, so let's start with the first.
Guys,
Ooh.
you're busy, no? I guess.
We're working at home, yeah, but there's still a lot to do. So, the same. Okay, so, well, let's go with this first question, which is an introduction. What is your own personal idea of eating as a basic need and a means of human interaction?
Eating is one of the most important aspects of the humans. If you check the history, even the tribes, when it comes, we were hunting, we all are around the fire, around it, and it's always special. Eating is not only a way to feed yourself. Without eating, definitely we cannot survive. It's also, something that connects us as a humans. And even, sometimes we are sad or whatever and have a small sweet or whatever, make a smile. When it's always a special occasion, when someone, in the family finishes college or it's a good news, we always do it around the table.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes when it's a bad news, it's also around the table. So I think, it's part of, be sitting in a table and share. I think share is very important. It's part of our humanity.
Well, so you mentioned this whole being on sitting together on a table. Well, of course, those of us who stay with our families during the lockdown, we can do it. But for a lot of people who were used to going out and dining out with friends and with family, everything has changed. No, like in Manila's dining scene, which was all booming and blooming 2 months ago before we went to the lockdown. Now it's all different. But your experience as a restaurateur, as a chef, going into the lockdown, how was it? Can you tell us about it?
Well, it have been several steps, I think in this world, everything goes too fast. When we first started with the lockdown, I thought that finally, we are going to stop a little bit in this crazy, fast world. But it was not like this. Even things are more fast right now. From one week to the other, things can even change a lot, and our global way to live, it changed a lot. First, I have the sample of what was going up in Spain. So even that the government, one day before the government announced that we are going to have to close the restaurants and everything, basically, aside of the groceries and pharmacies, we already took the decision. Why? Because I was seeing so many cases in Europe, in Spain, and I didn't feel safe to come to work. So I talked with my partners and say, look, I cannot ask my team to go to work if I'm not going to be able to be there. No?
Right.
So let's close to see, to observe, let's be safe because nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, I was even, happy to stop, and traveling every month maybe sometimes I travel 2 or 3 times a month, going out of the country or, taking care of my consultants in Cebu and Boracay. So I was, happy to say, okay, let's stop. Let's rest physically and mentally. But it was not the case, actually, because, of course, a lot of things was going on in Spain. I was worried about my family. Some people in my family, they got sick as well. It was very stressful. I mean, you cannot stay at home watching Netflix and like nothing happening when you're in a pandemic. Right. All the news are, very, make you feel fear. So I was, I'm very active. So I was a little bit, I would say, in a point, I have a little bit of anxiety. I couldn't go to have a walk or whatever. So the way that, it helped me a lot, it was doing the social and solidarity cooking. I think, when you help other people who needs help, when you help and in this case, the frontliners, it's a voice inside you to make you feel better. Sometimes helping other people, it helps yourself. So that was a big step, to be active again. I was passive for a month. I just don't wanted to do nothing. Just reply an email. It was like the end of the world. It was very. That was the first step, to become active. Doing this social and solidarity cooking. From there, we were, before we closed, financially we were okay. We were doing well. 2019 it was a good year. and we were able to, financially be. But of course, when you support your team, we were paying salaries, and then the bank account start to go down. It's like, oh, if we want to survive, we need to do something. So the first step, it was to be focused with the delivery. It took us quite some time to find the right, concept. We had to bring dishes that they are not part of Gallery by Chele, because you can offer a testimonial at home, and I don't know how many people will demand that. I think most of the people want comfort, good food, at home. So we went to the delivery menu. We studied, this option to ready to cook, where you interact and people want to be the ones who cook it, like we do in the restaurant, and then ready to eat. So we put our energy in, make a amazing experience in the delivery, from the packaging to be sustainable and not use plastic or minimize, because we still use for few things vacuum bags, to make something that it presents good, that is the same quality that we have in the restaurant. Quality for me was very important, and we said, okay, we are not going to stop for our social cooking. Let's postpone. When we resume operation and things come up to a more normality, then we keep doing it. Maybe 400 or 500 meals a week. Because there's going to be a lot of people who want to lose the jobs, and I think they will also need some kind of support. So the social and solidarity cooking we have been done. The idea is to keep doing when we become a little bit more stable as well. Right.
So you started mentioning it already. This is the delivery one is Chele at home, right?
Yeah, well, it's Gallery. We call it Gallery by Chele at home, and then I bring. The menu is divided into parts. Gallery by Chele a la carte. So dishes that are meant to be shared and they are good for delivery. The dishes that the small portions that not small, but the experiential portions that they are for the testimonials, that once we decide to wait until we do the dining again. And then we have Chef Chele signature dishes. Chef Chele Spanish signature. So then, I look in some of the dishes that, when we open bars and when I come to Manila, I make, my mark, people, at the beginning knew Chele for the Spanish dishes that I cook, inspired in north of Spain and Basque country cuisine. So we are focusing this kind of cooking, and 70-80% of the orders are that ones. People feel that that is very what they're looking for, in the comfort of their homes.
Yeah, very Chele.
Very Chele. Family recipes, my mom's secret recipes. Some of them are there, like the lengua, and some of the few Spanish dishes that I cook when I arrive in Manila. So it's a selection of.
How long did it take you guys to figure out how you were going to do this delivery thing? Because for a month you were not doing anything, and then you started doing social work, giving food to frontliners, and then the delivery came up. So how long was the whole process?
2 to 3 weeks. 3 weeks, I would say, the whole plan. 3 weeks. From the packaging, the conceptualization of the menu, to see what we can get in a regular basis from the market. We went to the market. I wanted to see personally, how is the market situation, how they handle the food, how they will get the supplies, how are the prices. I never see myself doing delivery. I didn't believe never too much in the delivery, because really the quality suffers a lot. But now that it's not only us. A lot of people have been creating this idea of ready to cook. So basically, when you have a restaurant, something is called mise en place, is preparation time. So you prepare all of your elaborations, and then it's called service time, where those elaborations, is the final touch to be cooked. Okay, so everything is ready to cook basically during service time. During service time, usually most of the time you don't make preparation. This way of cooking, you are embraced to do it at home. So everything is already cooked, all the sauces, all the garnishes, all the vegetables. Even the protein, you just need to pan sear, and put it in the oven, and it's ready. So, we give, all that approach to the guests. I think many restaurants is doing that, because that keeps the quality. Okay, and then we do a tutorial, very simple steps, and then you can, just cook, you can feel a master chef. You maintain. Other things, can travel well, like a fabada or, or a rice, crab rice that we have, some of the you can cook it, you just put it in the right container, make a nice plating, and then, it can be delivered almost in the same quality that we do in the restaurant. But
you
other
become
things,
you become an instant chef, no?
Well, we give all the steps and directions, and do make it as simple as we can to make people feel as a master chef. Yes, but we are not the only one. I think I think the quality restaurants is an approach that they are taking and we are taking to make sure that we can deliver quality and that food is not sacrificed in the transportation.
So, do you see this Gallery Chele by Chele at Home continuing, like in the next couple of months, maybe even years?
Well, we don't know exactly what is going to happen now.
Right.
Yeah, I think it will be. If you ask me, okay, let's divide per age. We know that the younger people is not too much affected. This is a illness that it goes for people who have,
the more seniors,
senior and healthy problems.
And
of course, as young as you are, as much party you want. So probably, the younger ones, they will be the ones who goes out. And they will be less scary or whatever. But they also spend normally less. The people who is medium age and more senior, so I think the senior people won't go out in quite some time until it's a vaccine. And people more than 40 or 50, they will do it in a very special occasions. So I think aside of the young crowd, most probably dine-in, it will be more exclusive. And it will be for a very special occasions. People will say, okay, if I can get the same food delivery at home, I will do it at home. Maybe, I go once in a while out, but I want to be in a place that assures me safety, that I know I'm not going to get sick. And second, I'm going to look for an experience. Right now, this is how I think. I might be right, I might be wrong, but also I face that in some of the information I get from Hong Kong. Hong Kong, right now, the restaurants who are doing the best is more the high end, the ones who can assure, first, safety, second, and experience. If you can get, some of the food that is more comfort at your home, or you can meet in a friend's house where you think is more safe, or you believe is more safe, you might, just do delivery.
You are getting ready to open the restaurant again, right?
Yes. In my opinion, we think we are going to do okay. Why?
Okay.
First, our space. I'm going to show you. We already make the layout here. So you see, between this table and this other table is more than 2 meters. It's almost 3 meters.
Right.
You see this table, all is look at the space between one table and the other.
Right.
Lose the space. So basically, our restaurant is in a fifth floor. We are isolated, and the space between tables is very big. So it's a very safe environment. Second, I think people will be looking for an experience. Meaning, if you go out, you will maybe take the risk to get something that you cannot get at home. And that, I think, is what is going to be our strength. In these days, you don't have any kind of entertainment. You cannot travel, you cannot go to the beach, you cannot do basically nothing. So, as humans, we need something to entertain. So, we call it therapy, where people can come, have a 2-3 hours journey around the Philippines and around the world with all of the travels and everything that we bring. And then you can, really, go out of this COVID-19 depression and really, enjoy, the nature and everything that we can do through our menu. So I think, and then we will have our private room. We have the private room that used to be for events. I believe families who haven't seen the Lolo, the Lola, or maybe they don't go out, but maybe the parents, the siblings or whatever, they might, look for a very isolated space. I think private rooms will work pretty well. And then in production kitchen, we will keep still the Spanish delivery menu. So I think, it will be 3 points of selling point, where we hope, we can offer, for this kind of people who is, looking for something, to entertain and say, I have some kind of life, or even a therapy, to go 3 hours to a place that want to take care of you and you are, in a safe environment. I think it's like a therapy, and people need that, they need some kind of life. Okay, thank you. Keep safe, guys. And let's see, if now we go to the next step, that is things are becoming better. I don't want to be pessimist, but I think the real challenge is going to be in 6 months. Let's see where we are in 6 months. But now support, and let's try to make the restaurants as much alive. So let's see.